Well, here we are again. It's just crazy how this keeps happening. You and I meeting up in this same spot. Okay, so today I thought I would pull some of the products from the Shop My Stash video, and we could use some of those things to do a look. I'm gonna use this fucking palette. It's happening, okay? I'm gonna use my Pat McGrath palette. It's gonna be magical, probably, hopefully. We're gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna put on some eye primer. I really don't like this Fenty eye primer, man. I wish I could have my opinion changed, but alas, it is not changed. I think I'm gonna do like kind of a neutral shadow look, and then like a fun eyeliner, like a nice fun, trendy kind of thing. I'm gonna start with this nice light brownie color in the palette here, and I'm gonna grab that on a petite brush, perhaps like, I'll try this Sigma Precision Firm Blender. It's an E42 brush. I'm gonna grab that, and I'm just going to go for it. Oh, is this the brush that I wanted? God, I really don't like that eye primer. Okay, I'm gonna get over it for the sake of the video. I'd be interested to know what your guys' makeup problems are so that I could assess them. Because a lot of the times there's things that I correct without thinking about it, but I'm curious if there's like specific issues that you guys are dealing with makeup-wise that I could perhaps help you with. And then maybe that would be a fun video to do where I go through all those things. I'm jumping in with my little Sigma E47 brush. I'm gonna grab a little Smith 230 brush, and I'm going to just kind of grab a little bit more of that product. And I have like the lightest pressure ever on that brush right now. Like I'm really not trying to, you know, prove a point here with my eyeshadow. And when you're working with like palettes that aren't mega palettes, because I feel like right now there's so many palettes coming out that have like 8 billion colors in them, so you have a lot of variety when it comes to like transition colors and stuff like that. If you're working with something like this that's more limited, where like that's like the lightest like real transition shade that you would have, if you're using a brush that isn't as dense, if you're using a lighter hand, all those kinds of things, you can apply that shadow in a way that makes it significantly lighter. So you're basically using that shadow in two different ways. Like you can take a smaller, denser brush like that E47, and that'll apply like a really nice dark version of that color, or apply it way, way lighter with a way easier hand and a larger brush, and get kind of a more diffused look out of the same shadow. So you can kind of get a little bit of dimension. You don't need to have, as much as it's a nice luxury, you don't need to have a bunch of different transition shades in one palette. I'm gonna take a really big fluffy brush here. This is a Smith 232, and I'm just gonna grab like a skin tone shadow, and I'm gonna sweep over my brow bone and just down over that shadow basically, just to really soften it up. I'm gonna take this little Volair EO5 brush, and I'm gonna grab this shade right here. So this is kind of like a soft gold shade, and I'm going to pat that onto my lid in such a way. And then I'm just taking a really big brush and just kind of blending over that whole thing. Just again, really softening that that crease and making it like a nice kind of wash rather than an intense situation. Okay, now here's the thing. I pulled out this little eyeliner, and it's called Overdrive from Urban Decay. I think I'm gonna do this and take a little bit of this other fun color from the palette and see how it goes. So because this is a little bit more of an exciting time, this color, I wanted the eyeshadow to be a little bit more of like a wash and not such like an intense like dark cut crease, so that the attention really goes to like the eyeliner. And it also makes it a little bit more wearable. It's not gonna feel like something that's so intense on your eye and so dramatic, because you have like a really dramatic cut crease and then a really dramatic liner. So I'm gonna take that liner and just kind of sketch a line going across my eye first, And I want to make this line a little bit thicker because I know I'm going to put lashes on, and also because I know I'm going to be adding a little fun thing to it. Okay, so I have a little angle brush here. I'm going to take this angle brush and just pick up a bunch of that product. Oh, this looks like this end is going to snap off. I'm going to mold it together. Okay. And then I'm going to just basically draw on a winged eyeliner like I would with a gel. So usually I like to kind of just go straight up from my lower lash line, kind of lining up those two lines, and then turn my brush around, go right from that tip and pull it down towards my iris. And then we can fill in this little window. This is also, if you're doing makeup on clients, sometimes a pencil going across your top waterline can be a little bit irritating if your client has like watery eyes and stuff. So it's sometimes nice to just transfer that product to a brush first because it feels a lot less invasive. I'm gonna take a little concealer brush real quick. And so for cleaning up my liner, if I haven't done my makeup, I like to just take a little bit of makeup remover. You can also use unscented lip balm for this if you're in a pinch. I've had to do that every once in a while when I'm like on the go in the car or something like that. But I take a little bit of makeup remover on my concealer brush, and I just do one kind of swipe upwards. If I've already done my face makeup and I'm wanting to clean up a liner in the same way, I'll use concealer. I think that's the biggest thing when it comes to liner, because a lot of people like really get super nervous about it. It can sense your fear, man. Just don't do that. There's so many ways to fix a liner. It's not even worth stressing about, you know? Onto the fun stuff. I'm gonna take this color right here, which it has this really intense sort of like green gold to it, that's on a really sheer base. Like there's basically, it's like there's nothing to the shadow. There's no pigment to the shadow aside from just that glitter. So I'm gonna take that on, oh, where's the bittiest brush? Maybe this little one. I'm gonna take my Sigma Pinpoint Concealer brush. That's an F68. And I'm going to grab that eyeshadow on there. And I'm gonna press that into the center of the liner, not the center of the shadow. I'm gonna press that onto the center of the liner, and again, just move my brush inward and outward once I have less product on it. And I just think that shadow kind of looks nice over top of that liner just because it adds dimension, but also because we have that really soft gold on the lid already, so it kind of ties those shadows together, if you know what I mean. It's like a little wine pairing for your eye. I'm gonna go pop on some lashes and mascara, and then we'll jump back and do the rest of the makeup together, okay? Okay, I have my little concealer on because it's redundant. I'm always wearing the same shit. I'm mixing two foundations today. I'm mixing Flower Beauty Light Illusion and Smashbox Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. I love wetting my beauty blender with warm water. It's like a nice little spa treat. Just pressing that foundation on towards the center of my face first, and then moving towards the outer corners of my little face. I'm gonna skip putting more eyeshadow underneath my eye today just because I don't know, I think this is kind of fun. I don't feel like the eyeshadow is like too heavy on top where it looks weird to not balance it out with something on the bottom. And I think it's kind of nice too, when you're doing something with like a more dramatic liner like this, it's nice to just keep all that focus right there. And then if you're like going out later, you can always just put a little bit of eyeshadow underneath and not have to redo your makeup. Am I going out later, you ask? No. Definitely not. I'm talking about you young kids and club goers and party hoppers, and that's where I'm going to leave that. I'm going to put some powder underneath my eye, but for my bronzer / contour, I'm going to do my Westman Atelier Biscuit contour stick because it's a little bit not a little bit. It's a lot more cool toned than my normal like bronzer contour kind of thing. So I'm going to do that just to kind of pair that with my eyeshadow because it's a little bit more on the cool tone side today. So yeah, let me quickly powder under my eyes. Okay, I'm going to take my little e.l.f. 105 brush and I'm going to just pick up that product basically on the end of it and just stipple it on right into the hollows of my cheekbones. And then I can kind of blend upwards. Oh, that is honestly just the perfect color. I just cannot get over it. I hate that this product is so expensive, and they also don't ship to Canada, so I have to ship it to my smuggler, Christy, and pick it up from her house if I ever plan on repurchasing. I don't know why Canada gets the short end of the stick, man. I just don't feel like we did anything to deserve that, really. So the two blushes that I chose for the Shop My Stash was the Flower Beauty Blush Balm in Cinnamon and then the Nude Sticks Sun-Kissed one. I think I'm gonna try the cinnamon one because I think that contour, like, while it looks really, really cool toned in the tube, once you get it on your skin, it does like warm up quite a bit, I find. So I'm hoping that that will kind of pair well. I'm gonna take it on my Beauty Blender. And I like to pick up that product and then just sort of like pat a lot of that product out of my Beauty Blender before going onto my face with it. And then I don't start usually right on the apple of my cheek. I kind of start just a little bit over so that I'm not applying a ton of product right to like the center of my face if it for some reason deposits more pigment than I was expecting. For our lips, let me just see what we got here. Let's do Purity from Nude Sticks. This was one of the ones that I pulled. I'm gonna put this over top of my lip balm rather than wiping my lip balm off, just so that we can get kind of like more of a diffused look. And I'm just gonna go for it. Oh man, I fucked my lip up so bad. I was like picking at my lip and then I just like, I bruised it because I was picking at it so much. So I'm just applying that mostly to the center of my lips, and then I just kind of use my little pinky finger to blend it out into my lip balm. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna go blow dry my hair and maybe even put a little curl in it, a little bend, and then I'll be right back. But this is pretty much where we're at with the look. I think it's a nice time, frankly, but you tell me. Okay, be right back. All right, you guys, well, that is everything for me today. I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe learned a little something, I don't know. I just wanted to make sure that I got at least a few videos out using the Shop My Stash fall collection, you know what I mean? That's it. I'll see you guys next time, and goodbye.